In this video, I have a number of setups or signals that will show you movements, reversal movements, and I just found a variety of them, so I just wanted to identify this as a video you can look at and see a number of indicators and how they're set up so that they will produce a significant reversal pattern with either gaps up or green candles. In the chart, I am in XPO, and we're in May of 2015, or April 28th of 2015 on this Zion candle, and we've got a gap up here from 42 to 48, about $6. And one of the there's just a number of things going on at the same time with this gap, and this is what happens a lot in gaps. You'll get several indicators or several signals at the same time telling you that something's going up, and then it just literally gaps up. First thing I want to show you is that again, I have the normal setup of the zip chart on the top right of this chart, and then the power chart. Over on the left side, I have the swing chart below and the trend chart above. And on the Zion line here on the right in the zip chart, we have the normal thing that often happens when you have zip green at zero. We have a green candle. That's one of the first alerts that will tell you that it's going to be a green candle the next day, because the zip green tracks trades in and out of the market, and we've got a green candle when the trades are dropping or they're exiting the market. And so when they come back in, you know, things are going to go up. The exchange gapped it up $6. It was so strong by the next morning, so they just took advantage of that and gapped it way up, and apparently they made a lot of did a lot of transactions that next day, because that was their goal. The second thing is that zip pink is up. Zip pink is next to the green, zip green, but zip pink is going up, and zip pink is at 16.01, zip yellow is at 16.73, and zip blue is at 17. So you can see zip pink is lowest. It's crossed over green. It's from the perspective of it's the next lowest indicator line, which is what zip pink needs to do. When it crosses in like that over green, oftentimes it creates a pinpoint green indicator, rather than a green line that extends over at zero for 2 or 3 or 4 days. Another significant aspect of what you have in this example is down here in the power chart. Oh, by the way, zip green also is in a bottle nose, and we have several low angle down lines. The blue, the yellow, the zip blue, the zip yellow are low angle downs, and at this point the zip pink and zip red have shot up. You don't see zip pink at 16 very often when zip green is at 0. And so that's just something that's abnormal and would indicate a strong up and obviously in this case it kept up. In the power chart we have the red, the blue, and the pink in a low angle up, and I've told you in previous videos, if you've happened to have seen them, that when a low angle up is stronger than a low angle down, because the force is the recognizable pressure is already moving upwards. So in this case here we have that with the red, the power red, yellow, and pink, and the blue and white are low angles down. One thing I will point out also, when you have power red lowest and at the same time you have trend red lowest, when those two are together and they are both lowest, it usually causes a nice movement up whenever that signal is that they turn around. In this case here, between here and the gray line, we have three of them. The gray line is the other one, and this middle one where you could see these two green candles, you can see that the trend red and the power red were both lowest, and they made an angle down push, and then when they reverted or reversed back up, that with those two green candles, both the power red and the trend red were lowest. So always keep that in mind. On the gray line we have a situation where we have the green coming across for 3 days, and we have on the left side 2 days before this red candle we have another red candle, and on that day zip blue was at 0 and zip red was also at 0. They went up the next day and then they came right back down, and zip blue is at 1.1 and zip red is at 2.5. And so you've got high right leg W's in the zip blue and zip red, while at the same time the yellow has come down 2 days and is at the bottom with this gray vertical line, and the pink has come down as well. On this day the pink is at 4.7, the blue is 1.1, the yellow is 1.1, the red is 2.5, and the gray is 1.4. So they've all come back down to the bottom, I'll say. We also have a zip Zion highest at this point, but it's actually a situation where when we have the zip Zion, when we have the zip Zion highest, we like to have the zip Zion above 50, and the zip Zion right now is at 15, which is extremely low, and normally when zip Zion is highest we will have another day down, but we obviously can see that we've got high right leg W's on this gray line that are pushing that. The other thing is we have a high right leg W in the power red. Power red is lowest, along with trend red over here being lowest. Trend red at this point is minus 72, and your power red over here is minus 5. So it's pretty significant for trend red. Oftentimes it'll go up anytime between up to about 150, and then when it gets over 150 negative, then it has a tendency to come back towards 0, but still may be consolidating or may actually go a little bit down. So, but up to trend red up to about 150, usually when it turns back to 0 from a negative, it is always going up. The other situation we have here is your swing pink is in a high right leg W, and your swing Zion is in a bottlenose. And so there's just so many things going on here toward an up movement on the gray vertical line, and you end up with 3 nice green candles. The next one is, I have actually 3 of them here, but I can't get them all in. We'll do these 2 first and get that yellow one, or get that red one. These 2 here, this white one, this is actually a red-green spike. The first day you have a red spike, the day before this white vertical line here in the zip chart, and that red, zip red, is 26. And then on the white vertical line you have, that is green, zip green is at 30. So it's up a little bit. And it works best, you get a nicer climb if you have the green above the red. Most of the time a lot of times they're pretty close in value. But the next day after the white vertical line, you can see we have a small green candle, and that's very typical of what happens when you have what happened down here in the power red. As you can see, the power red went down underneath 0, and power red was minus 0.24. When it went up the next day after the green candle, after the white vertical line, I mean, then the power red was at 0.05. And oftentimes when the power red crosses over and you have a really small candle, the following day it'll be a big green candle. And that's what we have right here. And over on the other side, before this, in the power chart, we have a low angle down in the trend red. Again, that trend red is lowest on the white vertical line, and the power red is the lowest on the white vertical line. And so you can see that companionship scenario between the power red and the trend red. When those 2 are lowest, they oftentimes have a stronger uptrend the next day or 2. Both the zip pink and zip Zion are up, and if you notice, the swing gray and the swing yellow are down. The zip pink almost always moves first or highest. You can see it's got a much stronger up than the zip Zion line does, but what that's telling you is the following day it's going to be up. And again, everything goes that direction. And take note too that the trend trio, blue, pink, and yellow, are going down, but our narrow lines control what's going to happen the next day, because we also are trend yellow above 0, so we know we're in an uptrend. The swing green and swing red on the white vertical line are also going up, as are the power green and orange lines, and they're above 0. So we're in a pretty nice uptrend condition here in the market, and so as a result of that, we end up with 2 nice green candles. The yellow vertical candle here has a number of conditions to it that I will point out. Starting in the zip chart right here, we have a divergence between the zip pink and the zip red line. We're also the 3rd day on the zip green 0 line, and again we have that power red lowest and zip and trend red lowest, and on the yellow vertical line over here we have trend red with a low angle down, which tells us that we're going to likely get a uptrend the next day. And the uptrend the next day moves if you notice, the trend red is in a BOC higher, and usually when you get a BOC higher you get a nice big candle, but if you don't get a nice big candle BOC higher, then the following day it can be fairly nice. Down in the swing chart, we have swing pink up and swing Zion down. Again, we have some divergent activity there, and that leads to those two green those two green candles the next 2 days. So this is just a real quick scenario of how a number of indicators look and how they react and what is associated with them that creates the reaction, the reversal reaction that we get. It's oftentimes a combination of things, and as soon as you can learn how to read these combinations, you can effectively trade very profitably. So I encourage you to listen to a lot of videos. There's 14 top reversal patterns up, and there's 14 top reversal patterns down. And within each of those categories, we have explanations of different scenarios and how they work. So you can see those in video format or in a document file format in either one of those libraries. So print off a copy and read it, and then watch the videos as well, because there's only, there's less than 20 key moves. Some of them are multiple indicator designated signals, but there's you throw all the combinations together, you probably got 75 or more, but there's the primary movement is something, whatever it is. I mean, a bottom of cycle, everything turns around, so there's literally 20 or 30 of those just by themselves in a bottom of cycle movement with 20 or 30 lines, whatever number of indicator lines we have. So that being said, there's just a variety of things that will help you in your process to be an independent trader, so that you can find that best trade for yourself. Enjoy your time trading. Have fun at it, most of all. It is exciting to be able to see what's happening the next day with this system. So I don't know of any other system like it. I hope you enjoy it, and good luck.